Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Monday. Don't let that fat get you down. Out here by my nursery, going to convert a standard IBC tote connection on the bottom to a garden hose thread. It's actually a lot easier than you might think because the connections are all standard. So what you do is you need to go to a big box store that sells plumbing supplies. Alright? This is a PVC 2-inch threaded coupling. That's what you need to get. It's $1.50. On this side, it's smooth. It's called a slip connection. Then what you get is a 2-inch by 3/4 slip connection. It fits into here, slips right in, and then you get yourself some PVC cement. And, you know, I honestly can't really recommend a specific brand because I don't know, so just go get one that will weld PVC together. It should be right by where you're picking this stuff up. Probably can't even miss it. That's what this color stuff is here. It's cement. It makes sure that this piece that slips into here is completely watertight, and that's important. Can't use Teflon tape on too smooth surfaces. Now, I'm not sure if my camera will pick it up, but right inside there, it's threaded. That is a fine thread, and is not the same as a garden hose. Now, I really wish I could find one of these that would come off with a male 3/4 GHT or garden hose thread. Then I could just hook a hose up to it like normal and it would be a 2-piece done. But in this case, we just need one more piece. It's not even that bad. It's just a couple more bucks though. This is brass fitting. It is a 3/4 inch male hose thread by 3/4 inch male iron pipe. That's the fine thread. Now, just take this, thread it in here. I would probably be using Teflon tape in this instance, if you got it. If not, it's brass cutting into plastic. Normally, it'll self-seal. There we go. Now, this thread is the garden hose thread. As you can see, if you look at the distance between those spikes there, there's a lot more spikes per distance than over here. That's important because you can only screw stuff onto it that'll fit, right? So, before I litter again, there we go. This is the garden hose. It now connects onto this. There we are, installed. Regular hose, screwed right onto the garden hose thread. Now, we get to take this and install it to the tote. This part I would definitely recommend using Teflon tape for. The reason I say use Teflon tape, even though they're both pipe thread, is, well, the tolerances on plastic forming as opposed to metal is a lot different. And when you have metal going into plastic, it essentially cuts it down and it'll seal itself with cutting into the plastic. But these two, they don't seem to ever seal correctly, at least in my experience. And I got like 6 totes. So if you have better luck than me or can figure out how to make them seal without Teflon tape, let me know. But you wrap this with Teflon tape. Then this just screws in right here. And I'll just install this right now. Just like that. Nice and tight. Less chance of leaking. There we go. Now, just close it real quick. Get my garden hose. You know, I'm going to wash these threads off real quick. A lot of sand. Oh, and that's coming out of the tote, whatever. It's just gunk. It's no big deal. Algae, basically. So much for cleaning the threads. At least it won't be sand. Alright, there we go. I thought I was doing great one-handed threading. Nope. Somehow there's a daytime mosquito trying to kill me. There we go. Dominant hand helps a lot. Okay. Now, after we get this installed, you can get a wrench if you want, but I usually just grab this and try to turn this in more to advance it so it's nice and tight as much as you can. Now, let's give it a try. Okay, now see all that dripping? That's what I'm talking about, and that's why you need Teflon tape. Alright, waste of water, but here's water at the garden hose. Now I can put a standard garden whatever sprayer on here with an on-off valve, and I can leave this always on, of course after it's not dripping, and fill my pots easier for my plants and things like that, as opposed to having to try to get a giant container under here and, you know, low enough to the ground in order to fill with water. That's that. That's how you convert an IBC tote standard outlet threaded to garden hose, so you can do whatever you want with it. You can put a pump in line, pressurize it, put a sprayer head on it, put 200 feet of line, and just pretty much have instant house-like power in the middle of nowhere. Yep. Maybe that's what I'll do. Alright, so here it is. This is the cement. Sometimes I can use this. I also use this brand, Odie. This is Christie's. Never used this before except for this project. Works great. It's pretty much all the same stuff. You'll probably find different brands at different stores, but just make sure it's for PVC. That's the main thing. Also, here's what Teflon tape looks like. This one is from the Odie brand. Matches this stuff probably from that other store. It's 1/2 inch wide. This is heavy duty stuff. It's like a dark gray color. It's a lot stronger. I like it. You don't have to wrap so many times to get it to adhere. Just wrap this around the threads and the drip should stop. So that's pretty much the only other supplies you need outside of the fasteners, the pipe pieces themselves.